Hello and thank you for watching Erin and Drew's movie reviews. My name is Drew.
My name is Erin.
Yeah, and today we are going to be reviewing the Samuel L. Jackson film Snakes on a Plane.
Really?
That's what we're reviewing, right?
We're going with that. No.
No, we're not?
No.
We're not? Did I watch the wrong movie?
You totally watched the wrong movie.
Oh, man, I did it again. Well, it could be easily confused because, you know, Sam Jackson would fight snakes on a plane we go from that to zombies on a train. Zombies on a train, snakes on a plane. Zombies on a train, snakes on a plane.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously.
Well, I'm obligated in my contract to make a joke at the beginning of every show.
Oh, is that what it is?
Whether the joke is any good or not. But no, it is actually a zombies on a train movie, but the actual title is called Train to Busan.
Yes.
But you would never know that if you hadn't seen the movie. So,
Sure.
yeah, well, whatever.
Sure. Smile and nod. Okay.
Yeah, I'm off on the wrong foot again. But yeah, it's called Train to Busan. It is a zombie film, and yes, it is about zombies on a train. Mm-hmm. And it was made in South Korea.
Yes.
Which adds another wrinkle to it because this movie would never get made in North Korea.
No.
Yeah, because
I don't suppose so.
No, because the guy who runs the show up there doesn't have much of a sense of humor, apparently. So.
I don't know. I find him pretty hilarious. I'm kidding.
Well, he is, yes.
Yeah.
He is hilarious, but he does not have. Well, you know what I mean. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't joke, apparently, because he's the world's best golfer and all that kind of thing. So
I'm surprised this got political. Anyways, we watched Train to Busan, which is a zombie movie.
Yes, we did watch Train to Busan.
There's a movie to talk about.
Yeah. That's right, and it starts off with a guy who's just kind of having a bad day, who's not really in the rest of the movie at all, but he was talking to like a toll booth person. He's on his way to work. I'm on my way to work, and then he hits a deer, so he's even having a worse day now. But he gets back in his car, keeps going, and the day's really going to be weird when the deer gets up and walks away.
Oh yeah.
But not quite in the way you think he's getting back up again.
That CGI that they did for that deer going.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was pretty good, man.
Yeah. But most of the movie centers around father and daughter. The father is a single dad who lives with his mother.
Yes.
Because she helps take care of the girl. And he is separated from the mom, and she just wants to go see her mom for a birthday?
Yes, for her birthday.
Yeah, and
really, she just wants to live with her mom because
she misses
her
mom.
Dad kind of is never there.
Yeah,
he's a very absent father figure,
but not in like a negligent way. He's just busy.
Yeah,
he's putting food on the table, so he can't be at home.
It's really the society that they live in is that. You gotta make the money.
Yeah, you gotta do the hustle if you want to make the coin, right? That's right. I know what that's like. Especially in this economy when the show is being taped. And in order to do so, they have to get on the little engine that could and go north or south. South to Busan, which is where the mom lives. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Or does she live in the first town they stopped and then they had to get?
No, she
is actually in Busan.
She is actually in Busan.
Okay.
No.
I forgot the minor, a little detail there, which isn't too important, I guess. But so they get on this train and they run into all kinds of. Well, actually, before that, it was her birth. Before he got her something for her birthday, and she's kind of sad because the gift doesn't seem quite as significant just because the mom is not around, and she's kind of sad.
She's upset about the gift because her dad already got her one. Her dad bought her a Wii, as it's.
Does anybody remember the Nintendo Wii?
The Wii.
You know what? Sidebar. Okay, I'm just not sure if everybody knows what a Nintendo Wii is.
It was the console before the Switch.
When was the last? Just as a side note. when was the last time the Wii was a big deal? It was a big deal for like a
when
little
it
frame
came
of
out.
time, yeah. And then, but the big thing was with the controllers, you could actually, it was actually like a motion control thing. Like if you were golfing, you could do this with the controller and it would actually try to hit the thing.
Could use it as a lightsaber.
Or as a lightsaber if you got like a Star Wars thing. But is that not a thing anymore?
They adapted it into the controllers for the Switch so that when you're playing with the Switch, it still is motion control.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. I never owned one, so I just remember them being a big deal
Yes.
at the time. I'm the only person I know of that's had like a PlayStation twice and an Xbox twice, and I sold them every time. Because they were occupying way too much of my time, and I just had to get rid of them, because otherwise it's midnight, I should be going to bed. And then you look up that it's like 2:30, it's like, oh my god, I really got to go to bed. And so, yeah, I just had to get rid of them. But anyway,
Makes sense.
Train to Busan. Yeah, I was a Wii, and it's so...
And she had already gotten one
She had already
for
gotten
Child's Day, which was, I guess, a couple weeks before, I'm assuming.
Now that's just a Korean holiday?
Yes.
Child's Day? Is that where they encourage you to procreate, or...
I honestly could not tell you.
Because in China, they actually... Don't they pay you to like not have children because they have like a population problem?
I'm not sure they do that anymore.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but yeah. But then she wants to go see mom. And
Yep.
She's like, oh, I don't know, I'm real busy. But then he finally, of course, he caves.
Yeah, like I'm going to say 8 to 9 years old, somewhere between 8 and 10 years old, I would say. And she's like, I can go on the train myself. I mean, she could
Snakes
take a
on
bus.
a bus. Yeah.
Going on the train by herself, and her dad's like, no, I will take you. So they go
Yeah.
onto the train.
I need to get out of here anyway because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. So
Yeah. So they board the train,
Yeah.
and then zombies.
yeah, they're completely caught unawares as to well, as they are getting on to the plane,
Train.
Yes. This might take
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
and buses. Yeah, take the bus to nowhere. The media wave hasn't quite hit them yet as they get on the train that there's an outbreak. They never really quite say how it started, which is fine. I kind of prefer that they don't tell you the origin of everything because it could be interesting, but it's not relevant to the meat of the sandwich.
It's
of
a
the
chemical
movie.
leak.
Yeah. Well,
They actually kind of do tell you the origin story, but
not
you
like-
kind of need to know Korean in order to read the background TVs,
yeah, which I do
or
not.
read up about it.
But that doesn't mean it's not good. Quite the opposite, actually, I think. And they run into miscellaneous, folks on the train, as one does when you're traveling, including a couple, one of whom is expecting a child, or the couple is expecting a child, and they don't exactly hit it off right away.
No.
It's like, hey,
No,
dude, what's
not
your
at all.
problem? Why you being nice to that guy?
Yeah.
and all
No,
that
the
kind of thing.
husband of the couple is definitely the type of person that the father should be, but is not, because he's nice to the kid right away and just an all around good guy. So of course he's gonna die.
Yeah, but him and the dad of the girl don't exactly get off on the right foot. So they're kind of, hey, what's your deal? But like in a lot of good zombie movies, people of different backdrops and different beliefs and things kind of have to work together to get out of this situation. And they're also on this train, which I found interesting, was a Korean baseball team.
Yes.
Yeah.
A high school baseball team.
High school baseball team. I thought it was I saw the bats, but it's like maybe it's like a different sport.
No, it's baseball.
It is baseball. Okay, yeah, because that's it's a foreign film. But sometimes the little subtleties don't make it through translation. It's like maybe it's yeah. And all of a sudden, all it takes is one. It's a lot, and I think this movie is a little more impactful now just because we're in a pandemic. So zombie movies are, of course, any zombie movie is incredibly relevant.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And all it takes is one, and then all of a sudden course,
Like, the
if
whole
anyone
train.
who's seen any zombie movie ever, you pretty much know how this is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the outbreak part anyway. One gets infected, one bites another. Those 2 people bite 4 people.
Exponential growth.
Yeah, it just kind of.
It's like, and suddenly the whole train is gone.
Well, almost.
Almost.
The people who survive the first wave are trapped in, is it the back or the front? I think it's the back.
There's like,
And they have to make
there's
their way
like
to the
2
front.
cars.
Yeah, there's like 2 cars. But there's a
Specifically.
lot of cars.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there like 30 some cars?
Something.
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
that. There's a lot of cars. Yeah, they're sort of both kind of in the middle of the train, and they're trying to make their way forward to the train, to the engine.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that thing. You know, the lead of the train. I know trains.
Yeah. I know trains too. Or do I? I don't really. You know what? I don't think I've ever actually traveled on a train before. I mean, like over great distances. I mean,
Right.
I've like ridden one in like Wisconsin Dells or something like that, but not like for,
those
for big travel.
fun little, let's go a couple miles this way and a couple miles this way.
Yeah.
Um,
And
scenic
then go
road
take
trains,
and then
go
get
to
our
the zoo.
go get our picture taken under Yogi Bear's picnic basket kind of trains.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell how old I am, can't you? Yeah. So they're kind of, but some of them get separated, and then they try to make a stop, or they go to their first stop. They're
Yep.
supposed to make a stop on the way to
Yep.
Busan, and because there's the armies there, we're gonna be fine, and everything's gonna be great.
Yes.
And they do actually manage to get off when they get there, and they're like, there's some people there. It's like, I don't understand what the big deal is, and then they walk to the back car or the one car, and it's all just like, it's like gnats inside of a pop bottle. They're like, they're just bouncing off walls, like, ooh,
Yes.
there's dinner.
Like,
So
I see something, eat it, eat
Yeah.
that.
So they get off the train, and it's like, hey, where is everybody? You know, because just you can hear a pin drop at the train station. And they're kind of walking around, looking, and they find the army, all right,
Yeah.
but probably not the army they were expecting.
It's just too bad that the zombies found the army first.
Yeah, they did, because, and that irony is like they're heavily armed, but they don't use the
Yeah.
weapons.
They have a much better weapon.
Yeah.
Teeth.
Of course. So they have to run so they work their way all the way through this train station. Now they have to find their way back out to the train, to get back on the train, to keep going, to get away from those zombies.
Yes.
So the zombies outside the train,
Zombies in the
zombies
train.
in the train, something's got to give. So, and they all could not get back in on the same car, though.
Right.
And some of them, including like the dad and the daughter, get separated.
Yes.
And she is in like in the restroom,
Yeah.
the washroom,
Yep.
with the other couple with the child, right?
With the mom.
With the mom, yeah.
Yep.
And someone else, like the homeless guy. Wasn't there a homeless guy?
There's
in
a
there?
homeless guy, and there's a pair of sisters.
Yeah,
And the evil guy. I'm just gonna call him the evil guy.
because he's the one. He keeps wanting to keep people
CEO.
locked out.
Yeah,
he
he's
doesn't
just like,
want to
just
let.
keep going. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I need to get home.
and then
Good
there's
for you, sir.
and then very slowly the members of the baseball team start whittling their way down. They
Yeah.
lose like one guy, and then a little later they lose a couple more.
Yeah.
And then there's like the boyfriend and girlfriend, who I think both play on the team, or one's a manager. Or
She's a
something?
cheerleader.
Cheerleader. Okay.
She's the fan of the team.
The fan. The groupie fan. Yeah.
A groupie.
Yeah, good.
Definitely what it is.
She likes big bats and she cannot lie.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't expect
So
that at all.
we had Sir Mix-a-Lot and Nintendo Wii on the same show. Never expected that, did you? No. Well, it's probably true. Why would she not follow the baseball team if she didn't like big bats?
Personality?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Isn't that the way? Well, Maybe they don't have Tinder in South Korea. I don't know.
It's called something else.
Yeah, sure. It was an unpronounceable symbol that I couldn't. Anyway, yeah, they're on the train. They're separated, and how are we going to get to them to get them back safely? Well, they get creative.
Fighting montage.
Yeah, really good ones too. It's like each car is like a different thing. Because of course, zombies react to noise. So what do? Give me your phone. These are the two guys. This is the dad and then the husband of the wife.
Yeah.
They're together with a couple other people.
It's the
baseball
guy.
The baseball
it's
guy.
It's just the three of them that fight their way through.
And they're kind of trying to hide from him because they don't know they're there yet. And he enters the one guy's phone number into his phone, throws the phone on the floor underneath past where they are, calls the numbers, phone rings, zombies run past him, and then they sneak by him.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before.
Oh, there's a lot of
Very clever.
good zombie techniques in this, like
Yeah,
covering your forearms.
Yeah.
Because how often do you see that in a zombie movie? And where
Yeah.
are you most often bitten? In the forearm. So
Yeah.
cover the forearms, man.
I mean, like you never saw like the phone thing on The Walking Dead,
This is true.
because in The Walking Dead there's no electricity because
Right.
there's no one alive left to make electricity. A little different scenario, but and then they're going past through another car. But as they're doing that, they're also going through a tunnel. And
They find that the zombies are light sensitive.
now, is this a new wrinkle in zombie lore that they're kind of blind when there's no
I think.
sunlight?
Yeah, I think
Sort
this
of.
is something new to this movie.
Right, because I don't remember ever seeing that in a movie before. I mean, I have with the sound, they
Right.
react to sound. But yeah, they can't see when there's like going through a tunnel. So, but they also kind of crawl up on the baggage racks.
Yep.
Yeah, and they kind of sneak by them that way also, so they learn to like not move or to move when they're going through the tunnels, so
Right.
it can't be seen quite so easily. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. It's kind of like if you're familiar with Doctor Who and the Weeping Angels, where they can only move when you can't see them, type of thing. So, yeah, it's a neat thing. And then they eventually get to the bathroom, and it sounds like the main goal of this movie is to go to the bathroom, which sounds so wrong.
They get back together.
They get reunited, and it feels so good. And they
I almost did that, so I'm glad you just continued.
well, reunited. They mix a lot. Yeah, I'll just keep them coming.
Keep the
Yeah,
references coming.
keep them coming, and then they get back, but then they run into Mean Man, or what was your nickname for him?
Evil guy.
Evil guy, yeah.
Evil guy.
Who doesn't want to let him in. Oh, you're infected.
How on earth did they make it this far and not get bitten? That's just impossible. Leave them out.
Yeah. But then another thing, I forgot to mention this earlier on in the movie. They figured out that they kind of lose interest if they can't see you. But of course, a lot of these doors are glass, and you can see through them. So they just put like, I don't know, newspaper.
Newspaper and fire extinguisher dust.
To like keep them from looking at you, and then eventually they'll lose interest.
And they just like.
Unless, of course, they got like their arms stuck in the door, which does happen. So, yeah. But then they get, and it's also during when a lot of this is going on that they do get a little bit of the news cycle that, hey, there's massive outbreak. There's people are going nuts and eating each other and all that kind of thing. And then the evil guy's like, no, don't let them in. But eventually, they do get in.
Yep.
And chaos almost ensues between the dad and this evil person.
Yes. So they send him to the next train.
Yeah.
To make sure that they are quarantined.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Along
And
with
that,
the baseball guy.
Yeah. And that really backfires for everything because in the ensuing chaos of getting into the train with the evil guy, you lost husband, who Hodored his way to make sure that everybody could get out. And
Hodor?
Hodor. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, so you don't understand that reference.
Oh,
But
that's
anybody
half
did.
Thor Bjornsson, yeah.
Yeah. He held the door shut.
Okay, yeah.
And you
I
also
know a little
lost.
about Game of Thrones.
It's not a
You
lot,
also
but-
lost one of the sisters.
Yes.
And that right there is what caused the downfall for this car, because as soon as everybody was to the next train that they all cared about and they tied it off, this one woman is just like, I don't care about any of you. I just care about my sister. She's now a zombie. Screw you guys. I'm opening this door. And that's exactly what she does. And then everybody in that car with an asterisk dies. So
Dies.
dies. Zombies. Speaking of, that's one thing that was a little weird to me about the zombies in this, is that according to the plot is how long it took for someone to zombieify. Because the first girl that goes onto the train, she's like, she's sick. She got bitten, and she becomes a zombie on the train. Takes about 3 minutes or so. Then everybody in that car becomes a zombie within a minute.
Yeah. Pretty close.
The husband takes a while because he's like strong-willed and whatnot, but he takes a while to become a zombie. Everybody in that next car, as soon as the door is open, they become a zombie real fast. Get to the end, it takes a while for these people to become zombies, and it's just like
Yeah.
driven zombieification
Yeah.
is really what it is.
The faster or slower they become zombies depends on
How
plot
important of a
points.
character they
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Like, if you're not important, you get converted fast. If we need you until the resolution of the film, it takes longer.
Yeah.
Or to at least a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
totally
just
get
find that interesting.
Yeah. Well,
like-
this isn't the only movie that's guilty of that.
That is true. That is
I
true.
mean,
I don't watch a lot of zombie movies. I don't like them.
I do like them, but there's only so many of them you can watch and say, oh, that's kind of different, which I think this movie falls under. And then towards the end, it turns into a mixture of World War Z and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because they're getting away on, well, the guy who was driving the original train finds another one,
Yep.
and the dad, daughter, and then the pregnant lady get
Yep.
on. But it doesn't quite get away fast enough where the zombies, they come and run it. These are running zombies,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
Because you have...
They're like rage zombies,
Yeah.
not Night of the Living Dead zombies.
Right. So they start running, and one grabs the caboose,
And then
two grabs caboose, four grab the caboose, and then you have like this giant scab of zombies. It's like a giant, it's like cells coming together to form this thing, and it's like this big.
they're coagulating.
Yeah, they're quite exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
what they're doing, and they're all trying to climb on top of almost kind of like run on top of each other, or like. What's that technique? Almost like the cheerleaders building the pyramid so one can go to the top. That's kind of like, and then they try to like crawl on top of each other to get to the train. And eventually the dad's able to kind of, what is that? Like a,
A giant
not
crowbar.
a crowbar, but it's
like-
like a, something that train conductors use to
Yeah.
like tighten the wheels, or like a car jack.
Yes.
Yeah, to kind of,
A big metal stick.
a big metal stick.
It's a big metal
That's
stick.
basic. That's what it is. So so that's where the Raiders of the Lost Ark thing comes in, because dragon and they don't go underneath the train though.
No.
So, and then
That would have thrown him off the
so
tracks.
so they're getting away, right? Not quite, because
Evil guy.
well, the conductor, or not the conductor, but the not the pilot. What would you call him?
He's a conductor.
Is he a
He's
conductor?
train conductor, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then he gets it, and he comes outside because apparently the train is on autopilot, and he tries to eat the dad.
That's the evil guy, not the train conductor.
It's not.
Yeah. No, the train conductor is on there, and the evil guy comes on there, and then the train conductor, he gets it and like jumps off. But he already set it to go.
Okay.
So that's the evil guy. But he doesn't realize that he's a zombie, which is another weird aspect of this zombieism that's going on. He's just like, no, I just want to go home to my mom, which is really sad. But he's been evil the entire movie,
Yeah.
so I don't care.
Well, that was their one little hint of trying to make him a little sympathetic.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
And then, well, unfortunately, well, I don't know if I want to say what happens to the dad, but eventually, well, okay, he
Might
dies.
as well.
He dies.
He gets bitten. It's a zombie movie.
And then it's the only ones left are the girl and the pregnant lady.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they do find their way to safety.
Mm-hmm. And for a brief moment, you're like, is this going to be the ending of The Night of the Living Dead? Spoilers for that movie.
Yeah. You know what? I think that would have made it. I don't think I would have quite gone that far, but I probably would have ended it a little differently if you see them approaching the army post, and then I think I would have cut the movie with the shot of the guy of the finger closing in on the trigger,
Yeah.
and boom, the movie's over.
No.
And then you don't know what happens.
That would be.
I think.
I think I
Don't you
would
think
have
that'd be
hated.
a better?
I think I would have hated the movie if that were to happen.
Well,
because
you don't know
like
if they
the
actually
little
survive or
bit.
not, though.
I like the little bit of hope where what proves that these two are human, proves the humanity of
Singing.
is singing.
Yeah.
Because zombies don't sing.
Right. So, yeah.
So there's just like a little glimmer of,
A-
they're going to be okay.
A little up.
Who
more
knows if they're
upbeat.
going to be okay, but they're going to be okay.
Yes.
You want to know if they're going to be okay? Watch the sequel. They're not in it.
Is there a sequel to this?
Yeah, it's called Peninsula. It came out this year.
Oh, wow. See, another recommendation. All right. Well, it's time to grade this thing. Erin, what grade do you give Train to Busan?
I give this movie a B+. Mainly because I don't like zombie movies, but this, as a whole movie in itself, is a really good movie.
Yeah, it's
few
tense.
nitpicky things here and there.
It's tense. It's a good tension builder, thriller type film. Yeah.
Give it a watch.
Yeah, please do if you like, especially if you like horror zombie movies. I liked it. I mean, I was a little reticent about it. I'm like, another zombie movie, because they seem to be all over the place right
Yeah.
now, which I guess is appropriate since we're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
But it was a lot
it's
more.
weird how zombie movies just spread like that.
Yeah, almost like if it's a real disease. But no, I thought it was actually very clever and provided some twists and tension that I wasn't expecting. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A-.
Nice.
Yeah, I rather enjoyed it. So, all right, I guess that's it. So that's Train to Busan, and that's this episode of Erin and Drew's movie reviews. So until next time, I'm Drew,
I'm Erin.
and we'll see you later.
Cable television is the swellest thing they got.